I cannot believe I finished this many books. Let's start with possibly my favorite. I think this might have been the biggest surprise because I didn't have it as part of my Valentine's Day challenge. And that is this page here. There were multiple firsts too. My first tense, my first cactus, my first bus, my first constellation, my first spaceships. I guess this might have been my first gate, possibly. So many firsts. I loved doing this one. This is from Enchanted Galaxies. The next one, yeah, we'll do this one. This is A Court of Thorns and Roses. I pretty much have a video up, the coloring chronicle already up for this, and I got one reaction. Why didn't you finish the sea for the moon? And because I referenced that it was a sea. And the reality is, you know, when you share something physically with people, they didn't even react. So I thought, you know what? They didn't react. That is fine. That was a really fun one, regardless of all the hiccups you might have seen in that coloring chronicles. The next one is, let's do Grains of Gold. This one. This was a really fun one as well. I experimented with the glow, so this is my first glow. My first leopard kitty. Didn't like the way the hand came out, but that's okay. When you're trying new things, you kind of mess up sometimes, and I still kind of like this page. I think it's very pretty. The next page, this one is actually a huge challenge. I'll show this one. Because you know, I love my purples, I love my blues, I love a lot of cool toned colors, and I definitely love some of the warm colors like golds and stuff, but this was a real challenge for me, and I think it came out all right. That's in Moon Valley. The next one is from Ivy and the Inky Butterfly. I think it's at the end of the book. Here it is. This one I may revisit in the future, only because I feel like I was trying to rush. I think when you try to do a challenge of 7 coloring pages, and some of them are spreads, you try to do them in 14 days, it's really rough. I think it still came out pretty cool with the little stencils and stuff, but I might revisit and add some better colors and textures in the future. But for now, I'm satisfied with it. This one is in Victoriana. And I had some hiccups on this one, but I really like the way it turned out. It was a really fun color. This one is actually a work in progress. I started it a couple days ago. You know, it's just got to have the earrings, and I want to do a moonlit background. And after that, it's done. So I would say, sure, it's a work in progress, but I love the way it's turned out so far. I could walk away with this. I'm that happy with all this stuff here. And it's got a little bit of bevelness, and this was done with liquid pearls. Yeah, I really had fun with that one. So I'll touch it up and maybe share it in a future video with me finishing it like I've done some of the other videos. Now these 3 are my oh no's. And the reason why I say that is because this one, I didn't want to do it anymore. I didn't want to do the volcano yet. It's done. I could walk away, but maybe I'll revisit. So it's not a work in progress. I could totally let this stay here forever. And as I start coloring more in these pages, eventually, maybe I'll revisit and share a future video. But for now, I like the way it turned out. Now this is the messed up one because the background messed up. So beware of your eyes. I guess it doesn't look as bad now that I think about it. It's actually a really sweet little book. I had a lot of fun, and I think that's the thing that I have to keep remembering, is that I had a lot of fun. I'm all about sharing the good and the bad. I feel like if I don't share the bad, then, well, I can't help other people that are trying to learn. This was done by the Derwent Chromaflows, and it did not like this paper. And I kept trying and I kept trying. It was so frustrating. It was so frustrating. And then I had to use some fine liner to get some of this some of it to pop out. Well, there is all the coloring pages I completed in the month of February. 10 coloring books were touched. About 9 of them were completed, and then 1 is kind of complete. She's got some earrings and some sky. This is my first video about completed pages in a month, and I am so happy to share this journey with you. Thanks for watching.